So, we talked about shielding earlier. Do you want to
Yeah.
do you want to continue
Yeah,
on
we
that?
did. I mean, yeah. But I mean, I think it is part of this we talked about the larger problem of like the fact that I'm doing like for example, like really early full hop bears when my opponent just run in shields
Mm-hmm.
means I'm not paying attention to what they're doing. Like
Well, I mean, not
or at
necessarily.
least not necessarily that. It means I'm committing to options way before I need to. Like I feel like I'm just committing to stuff like without necessarily paying attention and like without it necessarily being a good option. Like it's only a good option if they just insta run in with like an aerial or something.
Okay, that's fair. I see what you're saying. So let me ask you though, because I've seen you do like delayed, delayed air like back airs. It's just usually it
Yeah.
doesn't look like they're fast falled. Do you think it could
Yeah,
also be an execution component? Because I don't want it to
it
be
could
like,
be.
yeah, I don't want us to like assume that this is like obviously a not paying attention problem when you've been pretty good about paying attention to your opponent. I'm wondering if this might just be something as simple as execution.
It might be execution, honestly. Like it might be just fast fall. I usually do know fast fall, like or at least late fast fall, which might be like the issue.
Yeah. So what?
Uh,
So let why don't you? So I'm thinking one way that we could test this theory is we could just have you try to do it in a match. Because
right. And
that
just pull up unranked or what?
Yeah, exactly. Unranked, ranked, whatever you feel like playing. Because I think that if we can test, if we can see what your form looks like from from like a really recent example, then that works well for us. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is like the most recent data. In fact, if you go into training mode real quick, I can tell you, I can describe the back here we're looking for. So let's just,
Okay. Here or
yeah,
just
that
top of
this is
launch?
fine. So make the computer Kirby.
Yeah.
We want someone small. And then the idea is that we're just going to like full hop, fast fall, and then back air near the ground. And yeah, exactly. Because those are the ones you would do on shield. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So execution looks good. And now what if you wanted to like do a timing mix up? How would you do that?
Or like
Yeah. Like delayed fast fall, no fast fall. But yeah, you can still get
yeah.
the late bear. So obviously this stuff is easy for you to do in here. That's good. So it's
Yeah.
probably not this kind of like it's not your hands don't know what to do. Let's go take a look at a match now that we've confirmed that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I figure it's a 2-second check, right?
Yeah.
Is it that you don't know what the combos that come after like late back air would be?
That might also be part of it. Not a great matchup for it, but
No, I
still.
think this is a good matchup for it because I think that like
Really?
yeah, because at like around it's the percents are different, but like now at this 50, I bet you'll get some really good stuff if you hit her with late back air, and she doesn't CC it basically. Yeah, see we
It's
ran.
not laid back here, but
Well,
yeah.
you the problem was there. I think you thought she'd go the other way.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So at this percent, let's try Nair.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because you should be able to get like your Nair and back air to both. You should be able to get your Nair to connect to up smash at this kind of percent.
Yeah, for sure. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
And we're not going to worry about this like this game. The winning this game is not the goal. Like we could care less about this game. It's about like testing stuff. So if they hold down like that and they slide off, you can. Do
Yeah.
you think sometimes you can get them before they go away? Other times, like with shines and stuff, other times you can catch them as they're like falling off the stage with shine or up smash. So it's just like being aware of like those conditions, like how you can work with those conditions.
Yeah. Heck my nair again.
So they're like obviously very good.
We'll see. Now I want to give them a real round.
Yeah, after this we'll play for real.
Yeah. Unless I just leave.
Nah,
Hopefully not.
no Samus player has ever like beaten a Fox player like this, and then been like, yeah, I'm like good.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They're like, I feel like
Oh,
their
shit.
position is usually, yeah.
Nope,
Oh, they
nope.
left. Wow, I can't believe that.
That's crazy.
That's fine. We can try. Let's try somebody else. But I think that some fall. What are some things that you think would probably work if the opponent gets popped up by the back air?
I mean, another like a reverse back air could work, especially like in the percent, like doing like full hop reverse back air, doing depends on the percent, like what
Like,
how the DI,
say-
but you can
say
like
like
run
50.
up tilt.
Yeah, say
Yeah,
at like
you
50.
can, like,
Yeah.
Run like crouch up tilt. You can do reverse. I mean, I would probably do a reverse bear for the most part.
Yeah, so it's like we're against this as they come up in the match. We're gonna try some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So that should have been a back air.
Yeah.
Instead of that drill, because the other thing is like the back air I think gives us more there. Also, everyone's
Like spike. Oh.
You know, we can do spectator mode if that's easier on the internet.
Oh, that wasn't my internet.
Okay, cool. Okay, if it's
No.
if your internet's good, then I'm good with this. Cause
Yeah.
I never know.
This is just EU unranked experience.
Okay. And
Yeah,
ranked
it's
and
not
you
great.
ranked you mentioned is like even worse, right?
I mean, if I press ranked, I'm probably not gonna get. Well, the time might be right. Probably gonna take a while.
If unranked is better, then do unranked.
Yeah. Let's just hope. I don't know.
And we'll do some VOD analysis after like.
Oh shit! It's your
Oh.
guy.
Yo, it's a Nest player. Let's go. It's one of my people. Like, look at how much pressure that applies because of the sheer, like, shield stun, too. Like, you just did it through him on a shield when he was on the platform, and like, he couldn't do anything about it. Now, granted, it is Ness, but, like, there's lots... Ness has fast aerials. Like, his Nair hits on 5, like, it's all around him. He's got the DJC to, like, for burst speed towards you, and, like, he couldn't do anything. So, I feel like...
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm doing some shit. I realized Nest player. The yo-yo made me scared.
I don't think he's that... The yo-yo, never be afraid of that yo-yo.
Oh, really?
Yes, because so, like, the hitbox is tiny, you can just sweet spot around it, and even if you get hit, you don't die, so just don't, like, completely disrespect that yo-yo. It doesn't do anything. I think his yo-yo is an okay move, I just don't think it's an okay move there.
I've seen some of your yo-yo clips.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they're good. Like, it seems like you can actually get stuff off it, just not, like, that. Seems like an ultimate player playing this, really. It's like an ultimate thing, I think.
I could see that. I feel like the yo-yo glitch and the yo-yo in general, like, they do... Its utility is in a lot of the things that, like, are not obvious. Like, if you up smash to cover, like, tech in place and no tech, the backswing on short tech rolls actually gets them if they roll through you. So you can use that against... Yeah, so you can use that on Fox, you can use it on Jigglypuff, Pikachu. Like, a lot of the like, Fox you have a million ways to kill, but, like, Jigglypuff and Pikachu are, like, kind of difficult to kill sometimes. So it's like, you have, like, you can knock them over and then use it, like, in spots to set up, like, kills or get the yo-yo glitch.
Yeah, he wasn't great. He's doing some weird stuff.
So what wasn't great? Was the back air not great, or...
I think the fact that he was charging up smash on, he just keeps him charge up smash for some reason.
See, okay, so after you hit that shine and he went off stage, that would have been a really good time to also do like the falling late back air thing. Oh, he's out of here.
Yeah.
Because you can see that, right? Like you shine them, you go above them where they're gonna go, and then you come down on them with like that falling late back air, and then immediately can convert to like another shine or an up tilt or like whatever you feel like, really.
Yeah. It seems pretty nice.
It's interesting.
Yoshi. Fucking, I'm getting.
We're getting weird characters, but these are the kinds of ones where like it's good to like have practice with. You know what? We're getting a lot of different weights and fall speeds, and that's good.
Yeah, that is good. It's not all spacies.
Yeah. Because I feel like on Spacies, they're one of the characters where it's like they just have so many options. It's just like you hit, and you have so many ways to kill them after the hit that you just hit the back air, and it's like, yeah, but I could have drilled into like up smash, like drilled into like up tilt up air and killed them anyway. And it's like that's not untrue.
Yeah.
Because everything works on them. So at this percent, let's look for more. Let's look for some nairs. We can also hit the like weak hit ones too.
Yeah, convert of that.
Yeah, because nair, like weak hit nair is still safer on shield. When done right, than than drill is. Like drill is so unsafe compared to like your other stuff.
Yeah, but I want drill now for sure.
Yeah. At these low percents, do your thing. But like it's really we go for more of like the other stuff once he gets to like 50, 40, something like that.
Yeah, but you do see how like even when I'm just playing now, I really overvalue the drill at low percent. Like at low percent, I think it's very good to value drill highly. It's you know your biggest opener, and it's like good versus CC, but.
Yeah, like look at how much of an easier time you're having pressuring him with this.
Actually, yeah.
And Yoshi's not easy to pressure either. Like you can as Fox, but like there's a method to it.
Yeah, there is a method to the madness.
Nice pivot up smash. You were the mountain.
Yeah, I was the mountain. I've been trying to be the mountain more. And it's good versus fucking. Also, after the tournament, where I went game 5 with the Falcon, I played him in a money match and I got reverse 3-0'd. But still, it's progress. Good progress.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, forcing the best player in your region to like reverse 3-0 you to win a set, and then like you're going game 5 with him in tournament like 2, like you're playing hot, like you're doing well. It's just getting over the finish line. We need to get there, but like it's so within, like we're within reach now. And I like that you mixed up the drill there because you have been going for like these kind of like standard, like these more like delayed aerials. So it makes sense for him to like play around that. So then like, yeah, you go for the drill mix up. Like you can see they all start to work together.
Yeah. And you see now he's shielding a lot. And it's Yoshi, so that's weird.
So if you remember his character sucks. Like because like his shield on like not platform sucks. So you can just disrespect him and grab him and stuff. Like we don't have to deal with any of this.
Yeah, he doesn't shield grab, right? You can just do what you want.
Yeah, shine grab him if you feel like it.
Come here. Oh. I thought it was coming.
I wonder if Valtsu. I wonder if this is not Svampin, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Swampin is worse than this. It might be Swamp. I don't know. The ping is, because that's Swedish Yoshi, right?
Honestly, honestly, Yoshi's just a character that's we're gonna.
Ping's
see
too
more.
Bad for Swedish, but yeah.
Okay, I'll trust you. But yeah, I think that Yoshi's a character that I'm kind of happy we're seeing more of. I think he's cool.
Yeah, I think Yoshi is really cool. Really fun to watch, especially. Oh, okay. I even had like a period where I was playing it like that.
Nice.
Because I just think it's a really interesting character.
Okay. So what if I told you that you can actually use your nair, your like falling nair and back air at low percents too, but they have to be in the air. The opponent, you want them to be airborne or just not committed to like true crouch.
Oh yeah, I definitely, I feel like I use that into grab a good bit.
Okay, but what if we go for other things? Like what if we go for up tilt?
Yeah, it could.
Like the sky's the limit. We're Fox. We can do whatever we want. Let's just do
Only
it.
thing I'm scared of is Yoshi doing Yoshi things.
Okay,
if I aerial him, yeah.
Okay, to be fair, yeah, that's valid, but try it anyway. Worst thing that can happen is you'll be wrong.
You're right.
It's almost like, so there, you wound up like staying in a scrap because you went for ground attacks, right? Because they all just like clanked with his counter hits.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't seem so bad.
No, it doesn't.
Because, yeah, then you're Fox in a scrap against Yoshi. Like, that seems quite good for you. Because as soon as you, like, because with your faster, like, frame data on your jump, the second that you get a shine or an active jump online, and you're, like, able to threaten your drill or, like, your other stuff, yeah, you probably win that interaction. Gotta be careful with those. With Yoshi on side plat, it's different because, like, yeah, his shield drop is just busted. Do you know how it works, or?
Yeah, he doesn't have shield stun, so he can just instantly shield drop.
I think he has like hit lag, but yeah, he doesn't have like actual shield stun, which is
actual
crazy.
shield stun. Yeah, so he can like almost instantly just. So it's never worth it because also you mostly don't get anything. I know it's never worth it. I'm just kind of playing.
What if you just went for up air there? Like, just, like, up aired and then, like, fell below him so that the second hit is kind of covering you when you're going down?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, because that's kind of what Marth does, right? With his Nair?
Yeah, that is kind of what he does. GG's. Okay.
So.
Learn that. I mean, I should probably be doing more full up Nair. Because if you've seen me play, most of the time I full up Nair is a lunge. It's like an approach.
Yeah, it's an overshoot. It's supposed to be an overshoot.
Yeah. Whilst my full up back airs are more, Walling, yeah.
But like,
and then the drills are kind of a whiff punish sort of. That's how I view them.
Yeah.
How I do them, but I think that's a bit too restrictive as options, right? Like,
agree.
Yeah, you can whiff punish with the Nair. You can wall with the Nair. You can whiff punish with the Bair. Like, you can do.
Approaching with drill is sometimes as a whiff punish like super clutch when you're doing it over like the dash short hop distance, because remember the counterplay for drill is that people smash DI away from, like, either into it or away from it, right? But when you're using dash jump momentum to like kind of like line yourself up and overlap their body effectively, a lot of times if they smash DI away from you, they're just going to move into it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it tracks the DI, so they have to go against you, which is harder because you're coming at them, and you can change like how far you're folding, like you're holding forward or not as that's happening. Or you can just accept that, like, okay, cool, they like hit like 2 smash DI inputs on my drills. Fine, I'm just gonna keep going at full speed forward anyway, because afterwards, then I don't get counter hit. So, yeah, there's cool ways that you can vary, like you can apply the your moves in different ways in different positions to do different functions, and a lot of times they kind of like have a symbiotic effect with each other, with existing parts of your system, because yeah, like if somebody knows that your full hop back air is your wall, and then you suddenly like they know at low percents, okay, cool, he's in the wall position, I hold down. But then that can cue for you to be like, okay, cool, he's holding down now. Okay, we drill him now.
Yeah.
Because they can't be smash DIing for drill and holding down for like crouch cancel at the same time. Well, okay, if they're Wizrobe, they probably can. But even him, like, maybe not, because that's basically what Moki and I went over when we did our Genesis prep for him. It was just like, so what are your answers to his smash DI? And he gave me them, and I was like, okay, but what about this one? This one doesn't deal with smash DI. And he's like, oh yeah, that one is like down tilt. It's for in case, like, it's just a hard punish. And I'm like, okay, but what if he CCs? And he's like, okay, yeah, I guess I shouldn't do that. I'm like, no. This is good. It's just, this is an acknowledgement that he can't do both.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I think that...
Yeah, I do like back turn full hop a lot to like bait someone into trying to punish a bear with CC, and then I drill. I think or like lunge past because they don't realize I'm like my backflip is moving me forwards. So a lot of times, especially Marths, they will like try to position themselves to grab the full hop, and then they just get drilled. very nice, nice little trick.
Oh, it gets even crazier when you figure that, like, so you know how people usually time their counter hit grabs after we've like committed to aerial lag?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, grabs come out on 7, and our auto cancel is done in 4, and then we have a 1-frame move that hits right after.
Yeah.
So we have a really gnarly tomahawk there too, if we want it. Like, tomahawk shine there is absolutely gross.
Yeah.
Like, you have so much power in that position. Like, Fox, there's a reason.
You do.
Yeah, there's a reason Fox is full hop, and like moving away from like the dash dance exclusive, like the more dash dance heavy styles of old have kind of been replaced by like Cody and like the Cody and Leffen somewhat full hop styles, because it's just they figured out that this is a really stable line of play that keeps us out of grab more. And it keeps us less susceptible to somebody just gambling with overshoots into us. And that was basically how a lot of how Fox lost back in the day. It's just people would gamble into his overshoot, like gamble into his ground control with an overshoot, and it doesn't matter if they're wrong twice or 3 times because all they need is that one. But now with a more full hop forward style, it doesn't work nearly as well. So yeah, using it more effectively, huge area that we could see a lot of ROI in.
Yeah. You can't just brute force it anymore, yeah. I remember Mars used to just like they didn't have to be as careful as they do now. It was just they just run in, you know, push in, then they get their grab, and then they, you know, win the stock.
Yeah, no, they just run forward and like they dash dance, and then at some random interval, they're just like, "All right, let Jesus take the wheel. Like, go grab." Yeah. Like, yeah, they can't do that nearly as well now because if they miss, it's like, "Oh, I'm getting falling up aired instead of like up thrown," and that's way more damage. So yeah, so I guess my question here is, I think we've gone over a lot of concepts, and I think there's a lot of practical ones that you have that we could apply here. How do you see this time being productive? Do you want to look at some sets and see how the Marth was making that comeback on you? Because I know that like you had massive leads in I think 2 games, and I think that you clutched 1 or both of them. And you mentioned he's a problem opponent. Alternatively, we can do something else. Like, what works for you right now?
I've been thinking I want to look at, because I feel like something I really want to be able to do is, shall we say, like, I think I am at times okay at it, but I think just looking at the screen, like, inputting the data learned, like, from my opponent can be hard, like, in a match. I think I should, that should be something I work on, and I don't really know how to approach it other than looking at them. But I noticed that my whole game just slows down to a halt when I try to play like that, you know?
Okay. So, how do we look at the screen? So, let me ask you, what cues, if I asked you to describe a wave dash to me, what would it look like? What does it look and sound like?
It's jump squat, and then slide forward. Sounds like it depends on the character. Some characters is really easy, like Ice Climbers. Boing, you just hear that. Okay. They're gonna wave dash. Like, they're gonna wave dash, or they're gonna do like aerial in place, which is fine.
What about how it looks? Like, there's what
it
happens?
Usually it looks like, I mean, jump squat looks like a bit of a crouch of sorts, and then slide forwards, and then they're non-actionable for like 10 frames, and then they can act out of it. Pretty much it. That's how I see it. And then they slide a certain amount, and then they stop.
Okay, so I'm gonna show my screen. So I want you to, so these are all good things, but I think that we can go further with it. So let's take a look at a wave dash. So what else happens?
Then the crouch and the slide?
Yeah, during the slide, what's happening?
Well,
visually? There's the smoke.
Oh, I mean, you're moving upwards from a crouch.
Right, but there's a smoke. Look at
Yeah, the smoke. I didn't even think about the smoke. Yeah.
Okay.
There's the smoke.
And what about during dashes? Is it what happens during them? There's kind of like a smoke. There's smoke too, right?
There's smoke and like white lines, so to speak, like
yeah,
right next to the feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So the smoke is almost like more so that's one way that we can tell which one they're doing, isn't it? Because the smoke from a wave dash happens like behind them, and it's more of like a cloud. It's like puffy.
Yeah.
But whereas the dash, it's more like dust is getting kicked up.
Yeah, yeah.
See how
I think
different?
that's the effect that they want to, yeah.
So
you're kicking up dust.
What I think, the impression that I'm getting from you is not that you don't know how, like, I get the impression that you don't know what to look for.
Yeah, I think, I know I have recently been, like, learned that I should look for jump squat, is a thing that good players do, apparently. And versus, like, just working on full-up stuff versus, like, Luigi. Because we have this guy in my region who counterpicks Luigi versus me, because he can't beat me with his main. So he picks Luigi, and it works sometimes. I just look for him to... I just prime myself on his wave dash, and then I full hop it, and then I know... Because we talked about it, right? He is committed when he wave dashes.
Yeah.
So I just thought of it like, every wave dash is a commit, and then he wave dashes, and I full hop, and then I win. Basically.
Trying to decide how I want to demonstrate this. So I'm gonna go with Jigglypuff.
Yeah, okay.
So let's talk about wave dash characters, because I think that wave dash characters are like really fascinating. So, how safe do you think I am if I do this?
Luigi can... Well, you're on the ground, so it depends.
What if I do this?
If you do that, that's better. I mean, he can wave dash up smash, but I don't think that hits there. That is like his bread and butter anti-air versus puff, right? Like that's how I've seen it at least.
He should never be able to. He should never be able to hit me after that.
No, yeah. If you're doing that, he's never be able to hit you.
So why is that?
Because he can't cover that diagonal. Yeah. He has to commit to moving forwards for a good while before he can like change his trajectory and like cover something else than right in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. So like this is how Hungrybox has been beating all of us with the back air for like 8,000 years. Because there's two things going on here that make this work. And we can apply this as Fox, we can apply this as any character really. So, if we take control of Luigi here, we're using the power of mind control, like this, what would you say his out of shield range is? Like, what are his fastest options?
His fastest options are, I mean, it's Nair, Bair, I think Nair, Bair, Nair, Fair, Bair, and Uppy.
Yeah. We've got this, we've got this, we've got this, and then I'd argue this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Like, I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah. So, if we're outside of Luigi's immediate attack out of shield zone, we'll call it, he has to wave dash or release his shield because he has to do a movement in order to hit us, right?
Yep.
Cool. So, my question for you is, knowing that, does it matter if we're like -5, -7, -10 even, if we're over here?
No, doesn't matter. You have to be like -17 to get hit.
Right. And with this, I'm only negative about 3, 4, 5. So like, I'm totally safe if he does, like, I'm totally safe against him. That's part of the power of this character. So, knowing that, couldn't we do something like that with Fox?
Versus Luigi?
Yeah, like, we can probably space moves outside this zone on him, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely if you had like Tipper Bear.
Yeah, and we could even probably do it with like nairs and stuff if we do like that kind of motion.
Yeah.
So,
But
no, go ahead.
how much do we gain from that?
How much do we gain from like hitting Luigi's shield safely?
Yeah.
Well, remember,
You're hitting his shield safely, but like, but this is again like the fact that I like, I don't know. I think in offensive terms, I feel like in like.
Okay, so let's talk offense. Can somebody be in shield forever?
No.
What happens? What's the problem?
The problem is, well, shield runs out or it starts getting poked.
Right, and
Like,
what happens if the shield runs out? Let's say they just like sit there.
if they sit there, they're in stun. They're they're done.
We get to melt them because we're Fox. Like we get to just completely erase them from existence because they've run out of stuff. So my question is why is the onus on us to hit them? Why is not keeping them caged in their shield good enough? See what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
And is not
I think
keeping the
because
opponent
that's something
pinned.
I've not thought about it like that. I think of shield as a purely like, this sucks, I gotta deal with it thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if his shield turns small and he gets poked by everything and he can't even ledge that shield, then he's useless, you know?
Yeah.
You're right.
And the other thing is like it doesn't take long for us to be able to shield poke him.
No.
Like, I'm not good at it. I don't play this character, but like you see what I mean.
Yeah.
There we go. So my like this to me is classic disadvantage state. Somebody shielding.
Yeah.
Because the onus, if both players do absolutely nothing, the person who is shielding will eventually have to give us an opening because they either have to accept the shield break or they have to go through their shield release animation, which is totally hittable the entire time of it. Like that entire time, if we turn fight hitboxes on, like because they have to do something. Like that at the end of the day, no matter what their character is, when they let go, the second they let go of that shield, yeah, they're hittable for like a quarter of a second. They have to wave dash, they have to roll, they have to do something, they have to jump, they have to do something. Otherwise,
yeah, I mean, roll would be the obvious like thing for Luigi here, right? Like,
yeah. But then
he rolls back.
Well, then, if he rolls back, good thing we're Fox, like this most efficient character in the game, because we can just run over and keep pressuring him. Like that's one of our strengths. So what we're doing with this back air is we're not trying to hit him, we're trying to keep him pinned. We're not letting him get up. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
So like I guess what I'd kind of suggest is maybe we need to expand our definition of what offense is away from just like getting the highest reward option possible, but also to like exerting control over the opponent and keeping them under our thumb.
Right. Yeah, same with that when we were playing at Yoshi. Like, I got him into shield and he was like, what's he doing? Right? Like, he can't do anything.
Right, and know what? That's also part of why, like, it's not as one-to-one, but remember when we got into those scrapping situations, and then you were like, you know, your jabs and things were clinking with his, and then you were able to get, like, shines and stuff to, like, follow up on him. It's because what we're doing there is it's not as direct offense as, like, just getting a combo and murdering him, but we are keeping in a good position. Fox is stronger than Yoshi in close quarters. So by doing those clanks and staying next to him, we are forcing him to play with us in the spot he doesn't want to play with us in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, I want to say, he's kind of like Fox is in, like, Fox Puff, where the more extended your scramble is, the worse it is for Fox versus Puff.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, because he wants to return to neutral and get his clean hit, he wants to get that
exactly
juicy opener. Yeah, that makes sense. And Fox, yeah, you also want to get that juicy hit versus Puff, then go back to neutral rather than stay in the scrap where you can get like unreactable, like unreactable grab into down throw
counter
instead.
grab it into like up throw or
Yeah.
back throw, and then like you're just
You're just that. Yeah, exactly.
so.
That makes sense.
So the other cool thing about this is that this also empowers your short hop game a lot more, because now you have a little bit more of a reason to go for it versus Luigi. Because you could full hop more. You could use your full hop. That's absolutely a workable line. But like in terms of efficiency, like with getting that kind of spacing going versus him, just like grazing the edge of his shield so we're outside of all of his counterattack zones, nothing really beats short hop in terms of its raw efficiency there. So like it gives you another angle to attack from that's really valuable. Yeah. And because he's Luigi, like, man, he can't wave dash forward out of shield into you if you just attack twice, right? So like you can really pin him and like brick wall him here. It's really scary. Your up tilt is crazy there too for the same reason, because up tilt's only like what, like negative 11-ish after you do it on shield. So like again, he can't actually wave dash out of shield between up tilt and shine and get anything on you. So this is yet another way that we can exert pressure from like a standing position now too. So it's like we're just adding so many threats that we can like layer on him that he has to retreat, he has to back up, and we've basically taken all the teeth out of his movement game but with that, right?
Yeah, forcing him to shield makes him. Yeah.
So that sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
Do you think that any of these ideas could like be useful in other matchups? Because I think that like
I'm thinking about that, because I'm thinking about like with Fox that doesn't apply as much.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? I feel like he has full hop out of shield, which is like full of his,
True.
It's no drift still, but it's still really good. And like he has roll shine, which can like be really annoying to cover. And he has spot dodge shine, which is can also be really annoying to cover if I'm actively looking to like, hit his shield. I think versus Falcon, I already do this a bit, where I like try to make him roll out of shield, because his shield out of shield game is just so bad that like I just started doing that because they all just roll every time. So I just like short up upper it or whatever.
So that's interesting. So why does it work well versus Falcon but not Fox? Because I would think that Falcon, with his small double jump and like his ability to like, and how he tucks his body in with his stomp, and then he's got his great nair. I would think that those would be similarly difficult, but you just manage them, right? Because the spacing, like, you're just a little too far. He has to go up and then down, right? Like that's the problem.
Yeah, and also and if you're hitting him, the startup is just so different, right, compared to Fox's aerials. And especially shine. I mean,
I'm gonna suggest something a little controversial, but
okay.
Stay with me. Fox is actually, in my opinion, the easier between the two of them in a lot of ways, because with Fox,
pressure,
with when you hit that kind of like spaced back air, right?
Yeah.
And you're landing outside of his immediate up smash, his immediate like rising aerial range. The one thing that I would say that is harder is the wave dash forward into shine. Like that is genuinely very annoying. But
yeah.
I would actually argue that the other stuff, like the full hop, that's usually how Fox players lose the mirror. Because if they full hop with no like dash jump momentum,
yeah, you just whiff punish them.
Yeah, or you just anti-air them.
Yeah, you up tilt, or you just
get out of the way, grab,
up his weight and grab. Yeah.
Like they're in so much trouble. Heck, you can back air. Like you can just back air again, right? Like you just full hop the next back air because they're coming in at you at the angle that your back air is good in. Like you have a lot of counterplay there that really effectively deals with like the options out of Fox's full hop, because they have to lean forward to do it in a way that's like relevant offensively. And because of that, you kind of know what they're going for just based on which direction their jump is moving in when they come out. And then for everything else, like everything else is just kind of just they miss. He doesn't have much reach without his movement. Without movement to back it up, he just doesn't have that much range. So I almost wonder, like, I wonder if that is something that would be useful for you to add to your gameplay, because I think it might be a way that you can pressure foxes without having to get so close to them or get such a, like, well-constructed, like, you don't have to do all the steps that you have to do to make, like, a nair safe, you know? Like, where you have to hit it low, centered enough to, like, you know, to be able to get the shine after.
Yeah.
Like, it's just you back air and you're too far to be shined out of shield or up smashed. Like, that to me sounds so much easier.
Yeah, that does sound easier. What I'm thinking is, it feels like, okay, yeah, back air, and then I'm like, okay, but what's happening now? I get, like, stressed out, you know? Like, yeah, I can back air, safe back air shield, but then I still feel like I'm not necessarily in a winning position. Like,
so what feels bad? What doesn't feel good about it?
I'm trying to pinpoint it because I don't exactly know what it is, but something feels really bad about that situation to me.
What if we go try to find a fox player and then test it, and then we can kind of, like, monitor it?
Yeah, we can see. I just can't pinpoint it, but something about it makes me feel really uneasy.
Is it because you're not sure what comes next?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, then we'll find out.
This is Samus again. Wow. Yeah.
We can. This will still work versus Samus because, again, it's just her up B in that case.
Yeah. Well,
like, that
there
looked
we go.
really good.
Yeah, that feels really good. I don't know why. It's like, it's not like I don't full up air. I just don't, like, I guess I don't space it around shield at all. I don't think about shield when I do full up air. I think about, like, undershoot.
Yeah.
You know?
But, like, you can see just from that one interaction, you can see, like, that this is strong. Like, this makes, like, this is good.
I didn't see that he had any charge on this charge shot. I should try to.
Yeah, we just need to watch our opponent a bit more. That's okay. You can believe in yourself. You will be able to full hop Bair and full hop Nair. I know that. I know you can. And the Samus ain't. The Samus is not someone. Maybe they are.
Maybe.
Nice up air. That was so well done. I love how you did that. Like, oh, it was just so. So they're, like, challenging us in the air more because they know that we're doing, like, late aerial a lot. So we can do early aerial more too.
Oh, I thought I would land. I was so ready to punish that. Right.
Ooh, forward smash. Was that intentional?
The F smash was intentional, yeah. I felt like it would be like.
I thought it was
just
a
a
good idea.
read on him getting out of shield, yeah.
I thought it was a good idea too, like, because I figured that, yeah, if it connects, she's in a better edge guarding position, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So we know we're naring in from really far away.
Yeah, we're lunging.
Yeah.
Samus feasts on lunging because her wave dash back is really good.
Oh yeah.
And she's also, like, such a tank that she's really primed for wave dashing in, I think. Like, it's something she's actively looking for as compared to, like, I think, like, a character like Sheik would look for it less than a character like Samus, even though they're kind of similar in that, you know.
Yeah, they both.
But they can't, like, approach that well. There you go.
Yeah, Sheik is really interesting because she used to be, like, have way more in common with Samus, like, development, like, with how her game developed.
But now it's more like Falcon.
Honestly, it makes sense though. Like, if you can be Samus or Falcon, like, this is not hard.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's a lunge, and she just wear dash back, which is why I've been like really uneasy about full hop versus Samus
Okay, but I know
because I heard I don't know if you know Daddy, but Daddy told me like, oh yeah, you're full hopping way too much versus Samus because I can just cover it with wear dash back.
So I think I know what the distinction is. So the
Yeah, it's approaching a full hop.
Not even. It's when you're full hopping out of shield, that's the easy one for her to deal with.
Yeah, that is one. I mean, any jump out of shield is bad versus Samus. I feel like
no.
even like
we have to jump out of shield versus Samus sometimes. Like it's how we avoid her grab. Like it's just a fact of life.
You're right, but jump aerial. I mean, like because like of the especially like the SDI and drill and just how her like. How should we say how her
body works? Yeah, like her.
Yeah, how when she gets hit, yeah, you know, like the like her body contorts in really bad way for Shine to connect on drill if you're not inside her, you know.
Yeah, let's try going for.
I just hit it on shield.
Yeah, let's go for some short hop back airs and stuff. Like instead of going for like the wave dash, moving into him and shining when he's in the corner. Let's hold our position with the short hop with those space short hop bears and nairs, so that we can just be like more annoying to him.
Yeah.
Like obviously don't like drop kills for no reason. Don't drop kills for this, but like yeah, let's just try it because yeah, he's another character that like this stuff works on everyone. Like that's really the beauty of it. Like, look at that. Doesn't that feel good?
That does feel good.
I feel like I'm just giving you new toys every time we get together.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like I've been limiting myself in my gameplay.
Like, look at that. If we had moved in with Shine, we'd definitely get hit by that Raptor boost.
Yeah.
Instead, we just got 15 damage and put him into the corner again. Like, that's so good.
We slide off.
And, like,
I'm learning.
And nice. No, up tilt anti-air. Love to see it. And, like, look at this. Looks so hard for him.
Yeah, I don't know. And he rolls.
And
we punish.
And you keep so actionable too throughout the whole thing because like your short hop is complete so quickly. The threat is well defined. It's there for a bit, so he has to like react to it. I think something that I think that Fox players sometimes don't appreciate about their character, and it's not like a big thing, but like a lot of times I feel like you guys are trying to like figure out how you win, but like. Or like how you like get maximum, like how you win a situation, but without realizing that like you're already winning it. Like
yeah,
the onus is on the opponent to like figure out how to solve the problem. Like you can technically just do whatever you're doing, or do nothing, and you're still winning, because you've already got an advantage.
Most Fox players just like, it's a thing I noticed myself. It's like. I think it's weird, right? Because you would imagine we're just so used to winning. We're like, oh, we always win. But no, it's the opposite, I feel like.
Well, Fox is everyone's best matchup.
Yeah.
And everyone knows how to kill him. So, like, yeah, no, I get it.
And it just, like, yeah, I'm trying to, like, I see, like, what you mean, like, with the shield stuff, especially, like, oh yeah, you got him into shield, like for Sheik versus Falcon, for example. Sheik's like, oh yeah, that's my absolute, like, that's what I love, or like a Falco, you know? Like, but with Fox, you're like, oh, I wish I could get more, like, you know?
Well, and I think part of it is that he has direct counters to so many things, like, you know, he can, like, if the opponent's shielding, he can just shine grab, like, he can do low aerial shine grab, like, he's got double shines for catching out of shield, like he's just got all of the things that you would want to, like, have an answer to, like, he's just got an answer for every occasion, right? And I think one of the problems that comes from that is sometimes you don't have to push, but having, like, a solution, technically, for everything that comes up means that you never really learn to do that, because you don't have to for a long time. And no. I think it's a developmental thing. I just think it's one of the challenges of learning the character.
Yeah, I think it's one thing that I haven't learned in my 8 years, which is crazy, right? Which is, I think, why I play, like, I think that is the key to the puzzle, actually, with the shield stuff. I play, like, kind of play Fox like he's not good. Like, versus Sheik, I'm like, I approach when, like, I don't need to. Like, she can't do anything.
I mean, she can.
But
Let's
oh,
not.
she can, but, like, in in very simplified terms, she can't really do that much.
Like, look how confidently you just moved into his zone there, right?
Yeah.
If we're trying to force hits with shines and stuff, like, we're not going to do that. But, like, you were so calm and collected.
Yeah. Now he's just spamming aerials.
I actually like the lunge there to, like, take center stage back from him.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that I noticed you pulled away at the very end to, like, protect it from dash dance grab. So I was like, so that's what that's for.
Yeah. Oh, I should have held shield. Would have been good.
We just fought in Falcon's like knee from like in the missile zone.
Yeah.
For some reason.
That's not good.
But yeah, I think that you're having a lot of fun with these, and I think that this will help you a lot versus the Marth player too, like the Marth players too. Because the thing about like this kind of like approach is that it's so different from how you've been playing like these spots previously, and I think you can see that, right? So it gives you so much more depth. And I think that that's really what you need. Like, a lot of times, like, against the people that we struggled with when we were kind of getting good, I feel like depth is really what we need. Like, they're used to us, like, playing a certain way. They've gotten really good at fighting that. But if we bust out things that they've never, like, seen us do before, then, like, yeah, that changes the texture of the match completely. And it's so strong. It feels so good.
Oh, yeah, I did the thing.
You got gimped by the grass.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool that he was so ready for it. That's fine. Okay, and full up just loses there, yeah. Okay, but I think short up wouldn't. It's something to take note of.
Yeah, so characters with huge anti-airs that hit above them, like Falcon up air, Marth fair.
Marth up air. Or, yeah, Marth fair and up air, really.
Yeah, and so that could be a reason to go for short hops. Heck, I would even include Sheik in there too. Like, especially if her back is to you. Her back air out of shield is crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's disgusting.
Her move, like, her back... Imagine if Jigglypuff had Sheik's back air. Like...
I don't want to... she's just easily the best character in the game. What do you do about that?
Be sad. Actually, no, we'd be happy because like we just ban her because like she'd be too good. Yeah, like, we just get rid of her. It's like, yeah, Sakurai angle like soft hit bear into rest was apparently too good, so we were just like, yeah, like let's just not deal with this.
Yeah, we'd also have way more puff players. So.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But I noticed, like, I think that you're noticing that you interact with his decisions way more when we have a more complete system with it, like, as well. Like, yeah, you have more ways.
I'm not just trying to go for drill or shine and get my opening, my big opening. I don't feel like I even like.
You don't even need to.
I don't even need to, and I feel like that's very much a part of how I play. Like I've tried to force the big opening. Which, it feels good to not need to. It feels very relaxing. It makes melee less stressful, I think.
Yeah, because it's like you're not gambling as much.
No, and I kind of hate gambling in melee.
Fox.
I like reading, but I don't like gambling.
Well, there is a difference. Like,
yeah, exactly.
A read is based on information. Gambling is just is based on hope.
Yeah, and I don't like hoping. I like outplaying.
Well, this will give you a lot of ways to do that, so I think you're gonna have. I think this was a really worthwhile thing for us to like look at. And I think
it's good to break down these like issues into like what is actually wrong here, and what can we like add to the arsenal to flesh out. Like we've fleshed out the full up stuff. We've fleshed out a bit of like some of the platform stuff, shield pressure stuff, and now we're fleshing out like we're fleshing out the shield pressure, we're fleshing out the neutral game a bit.
And the thing is, like,
I like advantage state.
Yeah, and I think like the advantage state is such like a big concept with this game because like it really is I think like using the advantage state correctly of your situation is like really one of the big things that separates like good from great players. Because like anyone can just use their anyone can hit their flowchart and then just like, you know, do the stuff. Like that's what makes a good player. But being a great player is like when things go wrong, like how do you use the contextual information effectively of the situation to like still make something work out of it, you know? And like that's really what makes like a Mango or a Zane or like even at like levels below that, like an S2J or a Nun.
Yeah.
So like yeah, or even like it's the difference between like Wobbles like back in the day and like say someone like Nintendude who was good, like very good, but like not Wobbles good.
No.
And I think that yeah, like we're getting a better understanding of how those things work together because yeah, like on like the way you just boldly just moved into him there, like that was beautiful. Yeah, using the constraints of the situation and what each character's like what is working and not working for each character, like that's such a huge skill, massive skill.
Yep.
And
Ooh.
like wave dash characters, anyone who has to like move out of shield with wave dash to hit you is like especially susceptible to that shield pressure stuff. Like that thing is so good. It's good on climbers. Like you don't actually have to like go for like late aerial against climber a lot of the time. A lot of times it's fine to just do those those kinds of back airs and then like mix up with the drills, maybe do some nairs like but like kind of like spaced ones. Like it's really hard for them to like deal with that kind of stuff. Same with Samus, same with like basically any like pick a mid tier. Like
yeah,
they all kind of, if they don't have like good out of shield options like in some direction behind them or like near or above them or something, yeah, like
yeah, I do the full up tomahawk back air on ICs. That's something I do, but it's not something I do in any other matchup really, or like that much. Sometimes versus Marth because I know his head like pokes out.
Makes sense. So we have 3 minutes left. Do you want to play this guy one more time, or do you want to just?
Yeah, I'll do one more.
Sure. We'll recap here. So
yeah,
the biggest takeaways I think for you, keep exploring and like experimenting and like really building out your play style. I think that like there's a lot of new things that you have to work with here in terms of like how we can use position as pressure, like position and safer, less committal like hits to like exert threat on shield. I think that we have like a lot of like, and like that one we needed to do lower on the shield because we got a high one, so that's an execution thing. But like, there's so much for you to play with here, and there's as we talked about one thing I want you to keep in mind is that up tilt, because that is like the value of an immediate threat for catching them as they get like tired of being like pinned in the corner all day or like pinned in like shield all day. They're going to attack out really aggressively, and up tilt is like is an extremely punishing way to like do that while also being somewhat safe versus other things. Yeah. So like you really get into like like the best thing I can say is build out your playstyle and try things. Do not be afraid of failure at this point, because there's so much in this part of the game that there is to offer players, and I think that like if you start limiting yourself, you're really not like, you're just doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, I'm already noticing like just I'm getting like, I feel like I'm getting better from our like first session to now. It's like a clear difference, even though like
it's been like a month. Like it's been like a month, but like
and it feels kind of, it's not always like direct the things it's not always, I think it's just like some ideas get lodged in my brain. Just help me out. Oh, that was a bear.
It's all good.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, I'm very happy about it. I like getting new toys, honestly. I really enjoy it. I like just trying out stuff.
And you know what? And I think that like what you like is that we're not like, it's not just being like this move is good here because of X reason. There is a bit of that out of necessity, but like it's more of like understanding the framework of the situation and why it's good there and because it's also like the thing about this game is I say this so often, but it's more about how you did it than what you did.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's something I've like, I feel like it's kind of been lost in translation. Like the whole drift, low aerial. Like I'm, I feel like I'm just way more static than that, and I'm working on like fleshing it out. You know?
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go, but this was like, I think this was one of the most rewarding sessions for me personally, just because, yeah, I can see the improvement. You can see the improvement, and you're clearly like, this is clearly working for you. So just all I have is nothing but encouragement right now. You're doing great, and I can't wait to see when you beat that Falcon player.
Sweater, yeah.
Yeah, his days are numbered. But I'll let you go. I have somebody else coming up, but if you have any updates next week, like after you've been playing around with this stuff, send them my way, because I want to see how you're doing. And if you have any questions about this stuff, send them my way as well. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Take care, Rich.